tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Need to present this you all. Today, this is our Mahāsatipațhāna Sutta learning as well as some meditator we are practicing. Now, Mahāsatipațhāna Sutta, you have 4 sections. Kāyanupassana, for the contemplation of the body as the body, and the Vedananupassana, contemplation of the feeling aggregate as feeling aggregate, and then your Chittanupassana, contemplation of the mind as a mind, and the last one is the Dhammanupassana, contemplation of the Dhamma object as Dhamma object. Now, we are in the Kāyanupassana, still we are in the Kāyanupassana, now 41 today started. Kāyanupassana, we are in the Sampajañña. Sampajañña means very clear understand, or the crystal clear understanding of the phenomena of your materiality as well as mentality. And now, Sampajañña also, we are in the last, or we can say that is the seventh section. 7th section. We last day, also, previous day, we discussed about 3 Sampajañña. 3 Sampajañña mean, for example, here 3 Sampajañña mean, 3 Sampajañña mean here you have to understand in this way. Every this Sampajañña Pabba or the Sampajañña section, Sampajañña mean very clear understanding of the phenomena of the mentality and materiality. And there you have 4 Sampajañña. The first one is Sāttaka Sampajañña. That means very clear understanding of the purpose. And then Sappaya Sampajañña, very clear understanding of the suitability. And then again you have Gochara Sampajañña. Actually, this Gochara Sampajañña has 2 parts again. One is when the monk wants to go to this Hindapatha village, how the monk want to practice. And then again another way of this Gochara Sampajañña is how to Gochara mean here, or the meditation subject is what is called Gochara. So therefore, how you want to practice in meditation subject. That is also Gochara Sampajañña. Now we finished those 3 Sampajañña, and we came into the 4th Sampajañña, what is called, even 4th Sampajañña also we discussed, but here again another view of another view mean Tipitaka Mahāsatipațhāna. It is in the Atthakatha. Tipitaka Mahāsatipațhāna's view. We want to see that view because why? I will tell this is according to the Buddha's way, not his view also. For example, this is the practicing vipassana over the past materiality and mentality, not the present materiality, over the past materiality. For example, when the meditator is sitting after, let's say like walking, he now sat. So walking is now ṭhite rupa, or we can say walking is when the meditator sit after walking, and walking is now past mentality and materiality. So in this practice also you can do. So then this Atthakatha Charya, or according to the Buddha, this Atthakatha Charya they explain this type of meditation also. This type of mean you need to just reflect your past materiality and mentality, and then you need to practice vipassana as anicca dukkha anatta. That is the meaning. Okay, let's go to now our Attakatha. And then this is what is called, actually this is the seventh section, mean gathe, ṭhite, nisinne, sutte, jāgarite, bhāsite, tuṇhībhāve, sampajānakārī, hoti. That means while walking, while standing, while sitting up, and while falling asleep, and while waking up, and while speaking, as well as while keeping silent. So all these activity, you need to do the clear comprehension, or we can say clear understanding of the phenomenon. Now, let's do what this Mahathera want to tell us. Okay, now you can see this. Tipitaka Mahāsatipațțhāna Panaha. Tipitaka, actually this is the ancient Mahathera. Ancient Mahathera. Mahathera means that's the venerable Mahāsatipațțhāna or Mahasiva, venerable Mahasiva. His point of view is in this way, but this practice also reasonable, not ridiculous according to the Buddha's teaching. It is reasonable, so therefore they add this thing also. Yo chirang gantva va chankamitva va aparabhage ṭhito itti patisan chikkati. That means a meditator stands and reflect after walking for long distance, or doing walking meditation in the walking path of whatever the meditator's walking path. So then chankamitva means he meditated in the walking path, and chirangantva means having done the long distance, walking in the long distance. So therefore a meditator stands, but stand and reflect after walking long distance or doing walking meditation in the walking path for a long time. And then meditator practice in this way. Chankamana kale pavatta rupa dhamma etteva niruddhati. Ayam gathe sampajānakārī na. Okay, now meditator practicing in this way. For example, now he is standing, but after long distance walking. Now how he want to practice? He need to, as a samatayānika meditator, he need to enter into the jhana. Whatever the jhana, maximum jhana. For example, if he has fourth jhana of the anapana, or whatever the kasina jhana, or any other upekha meditation fourth jhana, you can enter into that jhana. While sitting, you can enter into that jhana. And now you focus your body, because to this extent, actually you want to do everything. You want to up to vipassana stage. You want to come, or you want to practice. Otherwise, this stage you can practice. For example, how you want to practice as a samatayānika meditator? You need to enter into the jhana, or you develop jhana. After that, you need to do the 4-element meditation, or the Chatudhatu Avadhana meditation or bhavana. You need to practice, and then after Chatudhatu Avadhana bhavana, you cannot see your body. You can see only the Rupa Kalapa, or the ultimate material. Rupa Kalapa means that is the, we can say, subatomic particles, but those particles also you need to divide. You need to discern those these minute particles up to its paramattha level, and then you need to practice now Rupa Paricheda Jnana, or the materiality definition knowledge and the mentality definition knowledge, and then that is what is called mentality and materiality definition knowledge. That is your Dukkha Satcha Dhamma, or your 5 aggregate. So after you discerning your 5 aggregate, you need to find out the causes for these 5 aggregate. That is what is called paccaya parigraha. And if you see the causes and causal relationship of your past life, this very life, and the future lives, then you can understand. You can understand what is your paccaya samuppada, or the dependent origination. That is your dukkha samudaya satchidam. Or we can say the cause of suffering. The suffering is the 5 aggregate, and cause of suffering is the other. Cause of suffering are the samudaya satchaya. Suffering 5 aggregates are the dukkha satchaya. So therefore, after finding out these dukkha satchaya dhamma and the samudaya satchaya dhamma, and again you need to practice what is called 4 we can say 4 defining devices. That means you need to practice what are the characteristic, function, and manifestation, and the proximate cause of all mentality and materiality. So then you need to practice vipassana. How you need to practice? First you need to practice in the Sampajañña, but while focusing one object of the dukkha satchaya or the samudaya satchaya object. Usually you want to practice dukkha satchaya object first, and then you want to practice samudaya satchaya object then. And when you are attaining jhana and emerging from the jhana, if you focus your dukkha satchaya dhamma or your 5 aggregates, for example, you can focus your rupa aggregate or your idol, like. So then you can see your idol as rupa kalapa. Idol as a rupa kalapa, not the masculine idol. As a rupa kalapa, you can see. You need to analyze this rupa kalapa up to its paramatma level, and then you can practice vipassana as anicca for a long time, dukkha so for a long time, anatta for a long time. And but this way of practice, you need to emphasize your object. Object means your dukkha satchaya or the samudaya satchaya object. You need to discern. You need to do your, for example, what you want to focus. You need to focus their rising phase and their ṭhite phase or their standing phase, as well as their what is called bhanga state, or we can say that is the cessation phase. So all 3 stages you need to focusing all 3 stages, and then you need to practice vipassana up to anicca dukkha anatta, as anicca dukkha anatta up to arahantship. Now, for example, thereafter you need to practice your udaya vaya jnana, arising and passing away jnana, or the knowledge, vipassana knowledge. And that at that time, whatever the taking object of the dukkha satchaya or the samudaya satchaya dhamma, you need to emphasize their arising phase as well as perishing away phase only, or the passing away phase only. You don't need to keep your mind on the ṭhite or the standing phase. So that is what is called udaya vaya jnana. And then you need to practice bhanga jnana. Bhanga jnana means you need to, after taking your dukkha satchaya dhamma or the samudaya satchaya dhamma, you need to focus only, or you need to emphasize only your cessation phase only, or you can say passing away phase only. So practicing in this way, your meditation mind grows up to the sankhara upekkha knowledge gradually. Sankhara upekkha knowledge means the formation equanimity knowledge. So in the formation equanimity knowledge, if you practice up to that, actually this practice can be done. This practice means wherever you sit, wherever you walk, you walk for a long time, long distance, and then now you stand, not walking. At that time, you need to enter into the fourth jhana, of whatever the jhana you achieve. Highest jhana, maybe 4th jhana is much more benefit. And then emerging from the 4th jhana, you just reflect of your body and find out your 4 elements. And if you find out the 4 elements of the materiality, and then you need to focus or reflect whatever the past materiality immediately before. For example, long distance fast materiality, you need to focus. that past materiality also comes into your jhana light, right? Jhana concentration state. So now you can see very clearly your past materiality always arise, always pass away. So then that means they are anicca. So then you can practice as anicca for a long time, dukkha for a long time, anatta for a long time. So that is the one way of practicing meditation. I mean, taking the past mentality and materiality, whatever the posture, and as well as the bodily activity. And therefore it says in this way, chankamana kale pavatta rupa rupa dhamma tatteva niruddhati. That means the materiality and the chankamana kale pavatta rupa rupa, okay. And the materiality and the mentality that existed in the walking meditation or walking ceased at that very place. You need to reflect in this way, ceased, that those are not there now, but you can reflect those things, right? Ceased at that very place. This is according to this Mahatira says, ayam gate sampajānakārī nama. That means this way of practice is called a clear comprehension of the phenomena in the walking. So this is also reasonable practice. We can't quit this thing, or we can dispel this thing. Therefore, they mention. And then, yo sajjayanva karanto, panyangva visajjento, kammattanangva manasikaranto, chiran tattva, aparabhage nisinno, iti patisanchikkati. Here, say chiran tattva. Chiran tattva means long time standing, and then aparabhage nisinno, and then sitting up. And how he stand, that means sajjayangva karanto. A meditator who has stood for a long time, reciting the sutta. Sajjayangva karanto means reciting the sutta, or Panjangva visajjento. Panjangva visajjento means answering the questions. And then kammattanangva manasikaranto. Kammattanangva manasikaranto. That means focusing the meditation subject. You are focusing your meditation subject while standing, and then now you sit. This Mahatira says, ṭhite kale pavatta. Ṭhite kale pavatta means standing position. You are standing, while standing, whatever the rupa dhamma, or the materiality and mentality while standing, existed standing, and now etteva niruddha. Now he is sitting up, and then etteva niruddha, sees that very place. In this way, you need to contemplate your materiality and mentality, as I just mentioned before. And this is what is called also, I am ṭhite sampajānakārī now. Or that is what is called ṭhite sampajānakārī. Ṭhite means while standing. And then yo sajjayādi karana vaseneva chiran nisiditva aparabhage uṭṭhāya iti patisanchikkati. Now the meditator, yo sajjayādi karana vasena chiran nisiditva. Or chiran nisiditva means after sitting long time in the recitation of the sutta, or he practicing meditation, or taking the meditation subject, or panjangva pucchanto, like thing, panjangva visajjan. I mean, answering the questions, like thing, that is the sajjayādi karana vasena mean, that is the meaning. And chiran nisidisa, having sitting long time. And then aparabhage, thereafter, uṭṭhāya means now standing. He stands and reflects in this way. That means a meditator, after sitting long time, in recitation of the sutta, so on, they stand and reflect in this way. What the way? Nisinne means while sitting, right? While sitting, pavatta rupa rupa dhamma, whatever the existence, materiality and mentality, pavatta rupa rupa dhamma, etteva niruddha. They cease at that very place. Now, not having, but you need to focus in the your ṭhite rupa rupa dhamma. Oh, you can say that is the past mentality and mentality. You need to reflect. How you need to reflect? In the same way, just I mentioned, enter into the jhana as a sampajānakārī vipassaka. Or in the Sutta vipassaka, how you want to practice? As a Sutta vipassaka also can this sampajāna Pabba is common for all meditators. Sutta vipassaka as well as sampajānakārī vipassaka. So in the case of Sutta vipassaka, how you want to practice? Sutta vipassaka means he's the we can say without attaining jhana, he just practice 4-element meditation as his basic meditation, and then he practice everything. For example, everything means nama rupa parichedñāna and paccaya pariggañāna and the lakkhana, the chatukta, or the for defining devices and then practice vipassana. So this is the way how to practice as a Sutta vipassaka in this point. Now, so then when you sit for a long time and then you are standing and then sitting, the position of sitting is in the past. So now you focus your past materiality, and then that materiality appear in your jhana life. So then you can meditate as anicca dukkha anatta as a vipassana meditation. So then you will reach to your arahant path knowledge, or whatever the path knowledge and fruition knowledge according to your parami as well as your bodhi. And then this is what it is. Because of this thing, this mantra says, I am nisinne sampajānakārī hoti. This is the clear understanding of the phenomena while sitting, right? Okay. And then the other thing, yopan nipannako sajjāyaṃ vā karanto kammattānaṃ vā manasi karanto niddhaṃ okkamitva aparabhāge uttaya iti patisaññikkati. What is the meaning? Nipannako mean, that is the lying down, right? Lying down position. The one who get the lying down posture. And that meditator now is in lying down position, and sajjāyaṃ vā karanto, while reciting the sutta, O kammattānaṃ vā manasi karanto, or he focusing his meditation subject. Now niddhaṃ, while sajjāyaṃ, here in this way, a meditator now he is lying down position while reflecting, reciting his sutta. His sutta means whatever the sutta he reciting, and while focusing the meditation subject, what happened to him? Niddhaṃ okkamitva. That means he falls into sleep. He fall asleep there. Aparabhāge uttaya, and after whatever the time he slept, and then uttaya means now waken up, right? Waken up. Iti patisaññikkati. Now he reflect his mentality and mentality in this way. As I mentioned before, right? Sayana kale pavatta rupa rupa dhamma etteva niruddhati. And now he practicing this way after getting up, right? After getting up in this way, now he reflects. The mentality and materiality existed in the case of sleeping. Now that has ceased at that very point or very places. So this Mahātera says this type of meditation also iti ayam sutte jāgarite sampajānakārī nama. Ayam sutte means while sleeping, and jāgarite means while waking up. While waking up, sampajānakārī nama. That is the clear understanding of the non-delusion of the phenomenon. So that is the falling, because falling asleep as well as waking up. I will tell this thing again. That means a meditator is now lying down position, and while reciting in the lying down position, and while reciting some suttas, focusing the meditation subject, he falls asleep. And then after getting up, and he reflects in this way, the mentality and materiality that exist in that in the case of sleeping, now that they have ceased at that very places. So this is the clear understanding of the phenomena while falling asleep, as well as while waking up, right? Waking up. So that means why you cannot focus, or you cannot focus while sleeping. That so therefore in the sleeping you that means while sleeping you can't discern your mentality and materiality. So therefore it was called sutte jāgarite. I am sutte jāgarite. So while sleeping you cannot, right? While you're sleeping, sampajānakārī, no sampajānakārī while sleeping. So therefore, sleeping position they are not mentioned. And then kiriyamaya chittānaṁ appavattaṁ soppang nama pavattanam jāgaritang nama. This is what is called soppang mean sleeping, jāgaritang mean waking up. So that while sleeping, what is your mentality in the heart? That is the bhavanga mind stage. So therefore, in the bhavanga mind stage, successively rise and pass away. So therefore, you can't have any other mind movement in the heart base while you are sleeping. I mean sound sleeping, not like dreaming and sleeping, not the way. Without seeing the dream, you need to, if you sleep, that is what is called sound sleeping. So therefore, in that case, you can only have bhavanga mind stage of it. So therefore, at that time, you don't have any other mindset. For example, kiriyamaya chittāna. Kiriyamaya chitta means, our panchadvara vajjana are also kiriyamaya chitta, and the manodhara vajjana also kiriyamaya chitta. And such type of mindsets you don't have while you are in the deep sleep, or while that means that there you only have your bhavanga mind state. And then therefore this explanation says in this way, kiriyame chittānaṁ appavattaṁ. In this way you need to understand this. Non-existence of the functional minds, that means Panchadhara Vajjana and the Manodhara Vajjana, like mind. Panchadhara Vajjana means 5 door adverting consciousness. Manodhara Vajjana means mind door adverting consciousness. Such type of mindsets now you don't have. So therefore, that is the non-existence of appavati, non-existence of the functional minds is called sleeping. Sutta, soppang, right? Appavattang, kiriyamaya chittānaṁ appavattang soppang nama. That is the sleeping. And pavattang, jāgaritang nama. Pavattanam, jāgaritang nama. If you don't have bhavanga mind, and then you again there arise some panchadhara mind chittaviti or the manodhara chittaviti in between bhavanga, not successively bhavanga happen. And at that time, you are jāgaritam nama. The jāgaritam nama means you are waking up. So that is the meaning there. You just want to understand in this way. While sleeping sounds, that means sound sleeping, you only have bhavanga mind state. So therefore, you are sleeping. And if you have another mindset, like in this way, they mention kiriyame chittānaṁ. Kiriyame chitta means there arises panchadhara chittaviti or the manodhara chittaviti. So then at that time you are awaking. So in this way you need to understand. And then yopana bhasamano ayam saddho nama ottecha paticha dantecha paticha jivhancha paticha jivhancha talincha paticha chittasya tadanurupam payogang paticha jayatiti sato sampajāno bhāsate. Now, yopana bhasamana, that means the meditator now is gonna speak and think in this way. This sound arises depending on the lips, depending on the teeth and tongue, palate, and the not only that, and the act of the mind that accords to the sound. mind as well as, without mind you can speak. So therefore, mind also, if you are about to speak, then there arise mind. I wanna speak. Such type of mind arises. So then, because of that mind, as well as your lip, teeth, tongue, and the palate. So all are we need all are needed for your speaking to arise. So therefore, they mention in this way, a meditator is speaking and thinking this way. This sound arises depend on the lips, teeth, and tongue, as well as the palate, and the act of the mind, that accords to the sound. Thus, and then Paticca ayang saddonama, okay, and sato sampajānova bhāsate, and then he speaks mindfully and makes insight carefully. Sato sampajāno. Sato means mindful. That means he speaks mindfully as well as sampajānova. Sampajāno means and he makes insight carefully. So sampajānova bhāsate. And then Chiranvapana kalang sajjayang katva dhammangva kathitva kammattanangva pavatitva panchangva visajjitva aparabhage tuṇhībhūto itti patisaññikkati. That now you know how the mind also want to arise while speaking, and then your lips and other lips, tongue, palate, and teeth also need to you to speak. And then the meditator, they say in this way, then the meditator resided for a long time, or giving Dhamma talk for a long time, or focusing his meditation subject for a long time. And or meditation subject and answering to the question like thing. And then he kept silent and reflecting this way. How in reflect? Patisaññikkati means reflects, right? Itti patisaññikkati means reflect in this way. Okay. Bhāsita kāle uppanna rūpāropa dhamma etteva niruddha. That means the materiality and mentality, while existed at the time of the speaking, that have ceased at that very places. So this Bhante says, ayang bhāsite sampajānakārī nama. That means this is the clear understanding of the phenomena of the non-delusion while talking, while speaking. Ayang bhāsite sampajānakārī sampajānakārī nama. And then here, this I want to say to you how to practice. How to practice means in this way you want to practice. For example, as a Sampajañña meditator, you need to enter into the whatever the jhana you achieve and emerge from the jhana. When the jhana concentration becomes deep and emerge from the jhana. For example, let's say like 15 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour or whatever the time you enter into the jhana and emerge from the jhana with the good light, good concentration and emerge. And then discern your ultimate materiality and mentality in the body. And not only that, if you focus your materiality only, you can't realize this bhāsita, how you want to speak like. So you need to discern the four mental aggregates also that occur when you wanna speak. When you wanna speak like something want to speak. So that depends on the mind. So now you while meditating you are not speaking. So therefore you need to make a sound like for example, speak the word like ka, ga, like anything, right? I just told ka, ga, like thing. Or you can anything you can speak at that time, not loudly but very slowly you can speak. But because if the meditation hall another meditators are there, so therefore when you practice separately you can take that sound little bit loud, but in the meditation hall you please do this very prayerfully. And now you discern every materiality and mentality. That means your five aggregate you discern, and then speak the word like ka, ga, so on thing. And then again discern the mentality that wants to speak, now then again discern that word like ka like word, or ga like word. You need to any word, right? Whatever the word you can remember, you like, then you take that word, right? And then focus in the heart area. Because your meditation mind is there and speaking mind is there. So therefore, that means speaking mind means that mind occur to that sound, right? That arises in the heart base. So then you won't focus heart base, and then you can see this mentality produce many mind-bound materiality. These mind-bound materiality are also rich with the vayo predominant rupa kalapa. So those diffuse towards the throat, you can see, because this thing I explained actually before. So then those diffuse towards the throat, that means the vocal cords, like thing. And in the throat, you can see the friction of earth elements of both karma-bound rupa kalapa as well as your mind-bound materiality that diffuse towards the throat. So then friction, because of this friction only your sound arise, your sound creates accordingly. So then you can see everything, and then you can practice this as vipassana, this as anicca dukkha anatta for a long time. Then you will attain according to your effort and everything, vipassana knowledge and everything towards the magga and phala. That's the meaning here. Every time you need to focus five aggregate. If you focus five aggregate, that is according to the Buddha's teaching. If you did not see the five aggregate, that is not the Buddha's teaching. Or if you didn't see anything, right? Anything, and you just feel something in the body, and that is not the Buddha's teaching. And now we will go to another. So okay, now they say in this way, upada rupa pavatyanhi sati bhāsati nama asati tuṇhībhāvati nama. You know what is the upada rupa? Upada rupa means, for example, is that the way? Yeah. Upada rupa pavatyanhi sati bhāsati nama. Yeah. For example, what is the four great materiality are what is called? That is what is called here in this say you need to understand. You can have the four great materiality. For example, Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu are the four great materiality. So other all materiality depends on this four great materiality. So therefore that means other 24. Every materiality, how many every materiality? 28. So now your main materiality are four great materiality are the Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, earth element, water element, fire element, wind element. Apart from that, the other materiality, other rupa, what is called, for example, your color, order, flavor, nutritive essence, like that, other rupa, all depends on these four great elements. So therefore, they are what is called upada rupa, or derived materiality. So these if you have derived materiality, if you have derived materiality, that means a speech. You have speech. Asati tuṇhībhāvati nama. Asati tuṇhībhāvati nama means that if there is no derived materiality, that means you are in silence. That's the meaning. Why is that? For example, upada rupa. For example, you need to how the sounds come. Sounds come because of the friction of the Patavi like element. Patavi element, if you friction Patavi element, then you can speak. Speak creates. But the thing is, before that, you need to, before that, all the materiality, chitta jarupa, or the mind body materiality want diffuse towards the throat. So then, if that happened, if that not happened, that means you don't have speak. So that's the meaning here. So such type of thing, ayang tuṇhībhāve sampajānakārī nama. So that is the clear understanding of the non-delusion in remain silence. In remain silence. Okay. And then again say, here I need to go to Tika, because what is this tuṇhībhāve? Aṭṭatinsāya ārammanisu cittaruciyang manasikarang pavattintopi dutiya jnanam samapannopi tuṇhībhāve sampajānakārī nama. What is this tuṇhībhāve sampajānakārī nama mean? That means two kinds of remain silent. Two kinds of remain silent. Oh, this is what's called Ariya tuṇhībhāve, right? Ariya tuṇhībhāve. What is the meaning here? Aṭṭatinsāya ārammanisu cittaruciyang manasikarang pavattintopi. That is the one meaning. That means a meditator focus one meditation subject out of the 38 meditation subject in accordance with this character. In accordance with his character. So that is the cittaruciyang mean, that is the meaning. That means a meditator focus one meditation subject out of the 38 meditation subject. But here, there are 40 meditation subject, 40. But here mentioned 38 meditation subject only. But this is the case. Here Buddha mentioned, sometimes Buddha mentioned 38, sometimes Buddha mentioned 40. But the thing is, in the case of 38, you don't have your āloka kasina, right? Āloka kasina and odata kasina are the same, and then therefore Buddha mentioned odata kasina. Then āloka kasina missing there. And again, when you focus your akasa kasina as well as akasa nanchayatana, you feel those are very same. So therefore, two now removed. So there at that case also you have only that means 8 kasina only, not 10 kasina here, right? 8 kasina only, and then if you reduce 2 out of the 40, you have aṭṭatinsa mean 38. So that's the meaning. And so aṭṭatinsāya ārammanisu cittaruciyang manasikarang pavattintopi. And that is the one thing. That means the meditator focus one meditation subject out of the 38 meditation subject in accordance with this character or temperament. That is also tuṇhībhāve sampajānakārī. And then other thing, dutiya jnanam samapannopi. And then the other tuṇhībhāve is the dutiya jnanam samapanna. That means when the meditator enters upon the second jhana, that is also what is called tuṇhībhāve sampajānakārī nama. What is the reason? This is the reason. For example, in the first jhana, you have vitakka, vichara, ṭhite, sukha, ekaggata. Or we can say initial application, sustained application, joy, happiness, and one-pointers. But here, in the second jhana, you don't have vitakka and vichara. Only ṭhite, sukha, ekaggata. So the Buddha said this vitakka and vichara are the vachi sankara. Buddha said this vitakka vichara vachi sankara. So that means speech formation phenomenon. Vachi sankara means speech formation phenomenon. So if you enter into the second jhana, then you don't have vitakka vichara, then you are what is called tuṇhībhāve or silence. You are in silence. That is the tuṇhībhāve sampajānakārī. So then you need to understand these things. That's why I went there. And again, I want to tell that thing. For example, when upada rupa are there, you don't have you have speaking, or you have bhāsite or speaking by your saddha means the sound materiality is belonging to the upada rupa. That's why sound materiality. So then, when the sound materiality available, you have speech. But if the sound materiality is not available, you don't have speech. That's the meaning. Go to Atakata. Taidang Mahāsatipațțhāna buddhaṃ asammoha durang Mahāsatipațțhāna sutte adhipetam. Actually, now we were discussing what this Mahatera says and how we want to practice according to that. That is actually the meditation on the past materiality and mentality. Whatever the just before you did, that is the object. So they say in this way. Now the above stated description by the Venerable Mahāsatipațțhāna, actually in the Mahāsatipațțhāna Sutta, this is what is called asammoha dura. Asammoha dura means non-delusion foremost. Non-delusion foremost, because if you are non-delusion foremost, then that is what is called asammoha sampajāñña, right? So actually in the Mahāsatipațțhāna Sutta, this also that is the intention also. That intention is there also. And then imasmin pana samanya pale sabbampi chatubhidang sampajaññaṃ labbati. But we are now in the Samanya Pala Sutta, so therefore that's why they are saying this thing. In the Samanya Pala Sutta, all 4 categories of sampajāna. You know, all 4 categories of sampajāna mean Sāttaka sampajāñña, Sappaya sampajāñña, and Gochara sampajāñña, and Asammoha sampajāñña, all are there. But that is because this Samanya Pala Sutta comes before than the Mahāsatipațțhāna Sutta. So therefore, they are mentioned every 4 categories of the sampajāna. Yeah, but here also, according to this Mahatera, he focus only the asammoha dura. That means non-delusion or non-illusion foremost. That is the intention there. Tasma buddhanayeneva chitta chatunnam sampajānakārī vasena sampajānakārī veditabba. But you want to practice in all 4 ways, right? All 4 ways mean Sāttaka sampajāñña, or the very clear understanding of the phenomena of the purpose, and then Sappaya sampajāñña, very clear understanding of the suitability, and then Gochara sampajāñña, very clear understanding of the meditation subject, as well as when you go to your arms round in the village or the field, that is the Gochara. And then asammoha sampajāñña. You need to practice, you need to know, you need to first know, and then you want to practice according to the all 4 sampajāñña. And then they say in this way. Sampajānakārī ṭhite sabbapadesu sati sampayuttaseva sampajaññasa vasena atto veditabbo. Atto veditabbo. That means the phrase sampajānakārī. You know now the phrase sampajānakārī, meaning you should take as mindfulness associated with the non-delusion in every places. Mindfulness, that is the mindfulness associated with the non-delusion. Non-delusion means the sampajañña, right? Non-delusion is the sampajañña. Sati is the mindfulness. Sati sampajaññena samannāgato. Sati sampayuttaseva sampajaññasa. Both you need to consider. Not only one, mindfulness as well as the non-delusion. In every case, you should know in this way. And then Sati sampajāññena samannāgato etassa hi padassa ayam vitthāro. This is the cause of detailed fact that meditator possessed of mindfulness and non-delusion. This is the detail. And Vibhanga-pakarane, you know, Vibhanga means the Abhidhamma second book is what is called Vibhanga. You know, first book is the Dhamma-samajānakārī, the second book is the Vibhanga. So in the Vibhanga, you can see this thing. Sato sampajāno abhikkamati, sato sampajāno patikkamati. That means in the Vibhanga, meditator walks forwards and comes back with the mindfulness and clear understanding of the non-delusion. That's the meaning, clear understanding of the non-delusion. So Buddha mentioned in the Abhidhamma because of that reason. These days somebody says Abhidhamma, we don't believe Abhidhamma and we are not concerning Abhidhamma, we are only concerning the suttas like that. But everything comes from the Abhidhamma. And evam etani padani vibhattaneva. In this way, now all phrases are enlightened or explained. Vibhattani. Vibhatta means explained or enlightened. Evanko Maharajati. Now actually this sutta, Evanko Maharaja means this is the way great king like Buddha mentioned to the King Ajatasattu. So therefore, Evanko Maharajati, Evan Sati Sampayuttasa Sampajaññasa Vasena Abhikkamadini Pavattinto Sati Sampajaññena Samanagato Nama hoti atto. That means in this way, you need to, this is the way. That means Buddha said that in this way, great king, the meaning of that having developed mindfulness and developed non-delusion, meditator is gonna act on going forward and the like performance by means of the mindfulness and non-delusion. Mindfulness and the non-delusion. Now this is the meaning. This is the meaning. So then in this way, our maybe I cannot remember how many weeks we talked or how many days or how many hours we took for the sampajāna section. So this sampajāna section, that means so important. Every meditator must practice according to the Buddha's way. If they practice according to the another way, they cannot reach up to the Nibbana. Any life, right? Any life you cannot reach. So therefore, you need to practice according to the Buddha's way. So now we will go to again our Mahāsatipațțhāna Sutta. Mahāsatipațțhāna Sutta Atthaka. Now Sampajāna, now Samanyampala Sutta. So we finish Samanyampala Sutta, that section. Let's go to Atthakata as well as Atthakata. Let's go to Atthakata. Now open that Chatu Sampajañña Pabba Vandana. Actually, now we finish this thing. Okay, let 376. Evam iriyapata vasena kāyanupassanaṁ vibhajitva idani chatu sampajañña vasena vibhajitum punaca parang iti adima. That means before that you have iriyapata, four types of what called the position, four posture, right? Four posture section. We just finished the four posture section and then we came into the Chatu Sampajañña Pabba. Why Chatu? Why Chatu mean? That is the we have four types of Sampajañña. Chatu mean the four types of Sampajañña mean. Again, I will tell Sattaka Sampajañña, Sappaya Sampajañña, Gochara and the Asammoha Sampajañña. So all four types of Sampajañña you must know. So after enlightening these things, these four Sampajañña, or we can say Buddha here, Buddha mentioned after finishing Iriyapata or the four posture, now he reached to the Chatu Sampajañña. This he goes in this way. Tatta abhikkanteti adini samanya pale vannitani. Now we finish up to that. That means abhikkante, patikkante, sampajānakārī, hoti. That means while the meditator is going forward and coming back, or the returning to his dwelling place, he need to be aware of all four sampajañña. But those things, samanya pale vannitani. Samanya pale means samanya pala sutta, sampajañña section or sati sampajañña kata, they have mentioned those things in detail. So now we reach to the iti ajjatang vati. Okay. Now iti ajjatang vati. So now let's go to the our Dhamma desanā Pali. Left side one. That means the desanā Pali. You know, now for example, we finish this 376 and then iti ajjatang va kāye kāyanupassī virati, bahidhā va kāye kāyanupassī virati, ajjata bahidhā va kāye kāyanupassī virati, ajjata bahidhā va kāye kāyanupassī virati, and then samudaya dhammanupassī va kāyasmiṃ virati, vaidhammanupassī va kāyasmiṃ virati, samudaya vaidhammanupassī va kāyasmiṃ virati, atti kāyo sivā panasati paccupatitā hoti yāvadeva ñānamattāya patissati mattāya anisucco ca virati naca kinci loke upadiyati evam pipo bhikkave bhikkhu kāye kāyanupassī virati. That section we came now, but everything has given with the payala, right? But no problem, that's the meaning. Anyway, now you know, so far we have learned the first stage of Sampajañña section. First stage of mean abhikkante, patikkante, sampajānakārī, hoti like thing. That is the first stage of this meditation, Kāyanupassana section. Sampajāna section. And then now our Bhagava bring his Dhamma talk or Dhamma desana to the next stage. That is the iti ajjatanga section. Next stage, that is the second stage. That means, what is the meaning in this? You want to understand? Does the meditator abides contemplating the bodily ultimate object as bodily ultimate object internally, as well as right? Va iti ajjatam vano va mean the meditator abides contemplating the bodily ultimate objects externally, right? External. The meditator abides contemplating the bodily ultimate objects both internally as well as the externally. That means within the same sitting you need to do this thing. Then only you can realize the nibbana. If you did not practice, externally without only practicing the internally, that is not enough to attain nibbana. So that's the meaning here. And then actually this is, you know, we discuss in very detail in this section in the Mahāsatipațțhāna, in the Anapana section. Anapana section, we discuss how to attain to the what called the Nama Rupa Pariccedajnana and everything I discuss, and every time I discuss this thing, I describe again and again to you to remember this thing. Why? My main point is, you know, if you are in the another meditation influence anyhow, then your mind says, oh, this is the Buddha's teaching, because why we got the Desanā Pali and we got the commentary as well as sub-commentary. So you no doubt it. So that's why I am again and again told this thing. This actually, this iti ajjatanga section I finished, but again I will tell this thing. Actually, now you know, with regards to this stage, actually, what is this body? Body means the group of materiality. That is the meaning. Body is the group of materiality. Kayo means group of materiality. That's the meaning. But here, you need to consider not only your bodily materiality or your materiality aggregate. You need to find out your mentality aggregate also. Where are your mentality aggregate? Your mentality aggregate in the mind movement. Where is you can find out mind movement? Where you can find out mind movement? That is in the chitta vritti. So therefore, you need to before this you need to analyze chitta vritti or the mind mental process, as well as every. For example, if the jhani people, they need to jhanic meditator, he need to practice. He need to discern every jhana mental process. For the non-jhanic meditators, as Sutta Vipassaka, they don't need to practice jhana mental process. They only want to discern their akusala mental process or the unwholesome mental process as well as wholesome mental process. So those mental process you need to analyze movement after movement till you satisfy, right? Till you satisfy. Okay, now here, you know, your body, if you are if you mention the body has two types. That means body of the materiality or a group of materiality, right? Or the body of the second one is the body of the mentality, or we can say group of mentality. Body means the group. So now you know these body of the mentality as well as the materiality are the five clinging aggregates. So as a meditator, you need to discern every five aggregate. Every five aggregate, if you focus your mind movement, you can find out in the mind, within the mind, you can find out four mental aggregates, and then mind based on your materiality. So then base is the mentality. Sorry, base is the materiality. Four mental aggregates are the mentality, and the base is the materiality. So therefore, all five aggregates are there. You need to take these five aggregates and you need to practice it both internally as externally. First internally and then externally, and then both internally and externally. So within one sitting, this is very important. Within one sitting, you need to contemplate this thing. And then the other thing, sorry, what is called Samude Dhammanupassiva Kayasmin Viharati. That what is the meaning? Then the meditator abides contemplating the arising phenomena. Samude Dhammanupassiva means arising phenomena in the body. And then Vaya Dhammanupassiva. Vaya Dhammanupassiva means Vaya means you are passing away of the phenomena. So then the meditator abides contemplating the passing away of phenomena in the body. So that's the meaning. And then Samude Vayadhammanupassiva Kayasmin Virdi. Or the meditator abides contemplating both arising and passing away phenomena in the body. Here body means the group of materiality and the mentality. You need to keep in mind this. Body is not only your physical body, material body as well as mental body. Okay, this is the third stage. So this third stage, how you want to practice this third stage, that's very important, this third stage. That means here you should discern and practice both causal arising as well as causal passing away. And not only that, momentary arising and momentary passing away. What is that? Causal arising and causal passing away. And momentary arising and momentary passing away. What is that? For example, what is the causal arising? Causal arising and passing away mean, what are the causes for this five aggregate? You discerned all as a meditator. If the meditator come to this level, this meditator actually found out that what is his five aggregate and what are the causes of these five aggregate. So now, therefore you know what are the five aggregate. What are the five aggregate? That means your suffering aggregate. That is the dukkha satchidhamma. And now what are the causes of the five aggregate? That is the samudaya satchidhamma. How many causes would they mention? Basically five. But that is what's called avidya, tanha, upadana, sankhara, and kamma. Avidya means, delusion or illusion or whatever the meaning according to that. That means ignorance or something like that also we can say. And then tanha, craving, upadana, clinging. And then sankhara, that means volitional formation, and your kamma sati. Kamma sati means the kammic power. So all five are the what called causal arising and causal passing away. That means you need to find out those things, and then you need to practice vipassana. Let's say now then you must discern the because of arising of the five causes, then the because of arising of the five fast causes, then the five resultant clinging aggregates are a reason. You know this thing. That means when you now present five aggregate are the resultant clinging aggregate. We can say pancha upadana kandana. So therefore, resultant clinging aggregate. So those five resultant clinging aggregate arise because of your five causes. Those causes are in your past life. Actually, immediately past life is your five causes. So therefore, you need to discern those five causes and then practice vipassana as anicca dukkha anatta. And then, for example, this avidya, tanha, upadana, and sankhara kamma. For example, because of this avidya, your materiality aggregate arise. And because of this avidya, your materiality aggregate perish away or passing away. So in this way, we want to practice, right? In this way, we want to practice. And then because of this avidya, your vedana aggregate arise. And then because of this avidya, your sankhara aggregate or sanya aggregate arises. And sankhara aggregate arises and vijnana aggregate arises. In such type of practice you want to do here, then only your what is called samudaya satya, right? That's what's called banga udevaya jnana, or we can say arising and passing away knowledge will complete or will fulfill based on this type of practice only. Otherwise, you cannot. So, for example, now you know what is the causal arising. Causal arising means now you know what are your five aggregate. Keep in mind, this is very easy. What are your five aggregate? You need to discern before five aggregate. And then you take your fast five causes, avidya, tanha, upadana, sankhara, and kamma. And then you compare. Compare means practice. The arising, while practicing, you focus or emphasize arising phase only, not the perishing away or the standing phase. Only mind movement arising phase only. And then this is what is called causal arising. And then again, you remain causal perishing away or causal passing away. So what is the causal passing away? Someday in the future, when you attain the arahantship, five causes will cease completely without remainder. And because of the complete cessation of the five causes, you know, after parinibbana or the final cessation, those five aggregate will cease completely without remainder. You must see this discernment. That is the meaning here. What is that causal passing away? That means you must see this thing. For example, you need to go, or you need to discern up to, you need to practice vipassana as well as you need to discern up to your arahantship in the very few, whatever the life you attain arahantship, up to that you need to go, you need to discern. And then when you attain the arahantship, you know, those five causes will cease completely without remainder. And now you can understand, because of these five causes, cessation of these five causes, so then after parinibbana, your five aggregate will completely cease. Will completely cease after parinibbana. So this discernment is very important for the whole meditators. So, for example, how even this type of discernment also can be done if you did not see any dukkha satya dhamma and the samudaya satya dhamma, or your five clinging aggregate. If you did not see the five clinging aggregate, and you cannot see the five causes also. And for this causal passing away, how you want to see this causal passing away? You need to see your whatever the life you attain arahantship, right? This discernment is must. So this way of practicing is the true Buddha's practice. Okay, now what is the momentary arising and momentary passing away? Momentary arising mean, for example, what you know now, all materiality arise and all materiality passes away. And all mentality arises, all mentality passes away. So then this is the movement, right? Movement. For example, mind movement after mind movement, you can see momentary arising and passing away. And when the rupa or the materiality arise and then next moment you don't have that materiality. That is the passing away. So then that is what's called momentary arising and passing away. So there actually this want to be done after discerning and contemplating the causal arising and causal passing away. So this discernment also you must do, because this is very easy. Because why? When you practice, for example, when you practice your whole chitta viti, then you can understand momentary arising of the four kinds of mentality phenomena, and that mentality phenomena, as soon as they arise, they passes away. So therefore, that is the perishing away or the passing away phenomenon. So that means momentary passing away. That is very easy when you reach up to this stage. And then the fourth stage. What is the fourth stage? Now this is the second stage. This is the third stage, right? This is the third stage being in this way. That means atti kayotiva panasasati pachupatita hoti. Atti kayotiva panasasati pachupatita hoti. Sometimes you cannot understand here. It is mentioned in the Anapana section. So this is the meaning. Atti kayotiva panasasati pachupatita hoti. That means in this way, now you want to understand this thing. That means mindfulness. Oh, mindfulness. This is the body. Thus, that is established in the meditator. That is the meaning. Atti kayo siva panasasati pachupattita hoti. Actually, mindfulness. There is the body, and such type of thing is now established in the meditator's mind. Actually, this is merely the extent of the and then again say in this way. Buddha says in this way. Yavadeva jnanamattaya patissati mattaya anisitocha virati. Yavadeva jnanamattaya. So this is merely the extent of the knowledge only. And patissati mattaya, patissati means mindfulness. So mindfulness only. This is merely the extent of the knowledge only. This is merely the extent of the mindfulness only. That means no living being while you are practicing in this way. No person. That's the meaning, right? And then actually this refers to the higher insight knowledge. Insight, that means vipassana knowledge from the bhanga jnana up to the sankaropeka jnana. I have told everything in previously also. So actually, when you attain to the sankaropeka jnana, you can see any rupa kalapa or any nama kalapa. So that only pure rupa and pure nama, or the pure ultimate materiality and pure ultimate materiality. So therefore, you can see any living being here in this sankaropeka jnana. If you reach to the sankaropeka jnana, formation, equanimity, knowledge. So that is therefore in this stage. So this stage, the meditator must only see the contemplation of the passing away of the phenomena only, because from your bhanga jnana up to the sankaropeka, only you need to see the passing away of the phenomena, right? Passing away of the phenomena or the bhanga. You need focus and emphasize bhanga only. And then the fifth stage. What is the fifth stage? Anisitocha viharati. Nacha kinchi loke upadiyati. Anichitocha viharati means, and the meditator abides independent. And that is the anisitocha. Independent means he doesn't attach to anything. That's the meaning. Independent. He is very independent from the tanha, mana, ditti like thing. Tanha means your craving, and ditti means your wrong view, and mana is the conceit. And anisitocha viharati nachakinchi loke upadiyati. Not clinging to anything in the five aggregate world. Nachakinchi loke means your five aggregate world. So then not clinging to anything in the five aggregate world. So that is the meaning. Actually, I told before also, when the meditator practice vipassana in this way, meditators inside knowledge matures. and always you need to fulfill pancha bala or five powers, panchendriya, five. We can say that is the five faculties, right? Five indriya, five panchendriya mean five faculties, and satta bojjhanga dhamma, seven enlightenment factors. So those want to be fulfilled by you when you practice vipassana, and then only your path and fruition knowledge arise, taking the nibbana as subject. So when the meditator attains the arahantship step by step, that means step by step means Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahant like him, and then he is independent because he attained to the arahantship and not clinging to the anything in the five aggregate world. Loke means this five aggregate world. That's the meaning. And then Buddha concludes his actually Sampajañña Pabba in this way. Evampiko bhikkhu bhikkhu kaye yes, evampiko bhikkhu bhikkhu kaye kayanupassi virati. You can see that thing. Evampiko bhikkhu bhikkhu kaye kayanupassi virati. Bhikkhu, this is how the meditator abides contemplating the body as the body. So this is the way how you want to practice in the Sampajañña Pabba. So now Sampajañña Pabba nitidang in the desanā Pali, and then let's go to the our Attakatha again. Iti ajjatang vati. Mr. Pankaj. Attakatha, the right side. Attakatha, Mr. Pankaj. Iti ajjatang vati. Evam chatu sampajañña parigrahanena. This is okay. Nah, that's the thing. Evam iti ajjatang vati. Evam chatu sampajañña parigrahanena. Attanova kaye, parasava kaye, kalenava attano, kayalenava parasakaye, kayanupassi viharati. That means that I explained these things. That means what is this iti ajjatanga kaye, kayanupassi viharati? That means we have four types of sampajañña. All four types of sampajañña. By using all four types of sampajañña, you need to firstly you need to discern and contemplate your five aggregate and your causes of the your five aggregate, right? Your five aggregate, and that is the attanova kaya, and then parasava kaya. Parasava kaya means another's five aggregate, right? Five aggregate, and then kalena attano, kalenava parasakaya. Sometimes you aggregate and sometimes another aggregate. So therefore, in this way, practice is mentioned iti ajjatanga like idapi, then idapi samude dhammanupassiti adisu rupakhandeseva samudeyocha vayocha nihari tabbo sesang gutta sadisameva. Now I explain these things. Samude vaya dhammanupassiva means rupakhanda here actually according to the rupa. This is the Kayanupassana, then you can take the Rupa aggregate on. And if you want to practice according to the five aggregate, that is also possible. So that is the meaning. Either, then the next paragraph, either Chatu Sampajañña Parigrahika Sati Dukkha Satchanam. And now, according to the Four Noble Truths they mention, either mean in this section, in this case, that mean in the Sampajañña Pabba or the Sampajañña section, Chatu Sampajañña Parigrahika Sati. The mindfulness, actually, what is the mindfulness? Mindfulness means this Chatu Sampajañña Parigrahika Sati, the discernment of the four types of Sampajañña, the mindfulness that discern the four types of Sampajañña, that is the Dukkha Satya. Actually, only Sati is the Dukkha Satya. It is not the way. You need to understand this refers to other mental factors also. So, Sati can't arise alone. Sati always associated with the other mental factors. So for example, your mind, meditation mind. With the meditation mind, your mindfulness arises. And then with the meditation mind, your another panya and your virya, concentration, or you can say one mindedness, and then your vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekata, every mental factors they arise with the mindfulness. But here mindfulness only target. Okay, mindfulness only target. There. Either chatu sampajañña parigrahika sati dukkha satya. Right? That means in this case, the mindfulness which discern the four kinds of sampajāna is the dukkha satya. But you need to understand not only this mindfulness, but the other mental factors as well as the base of the heart base. That means where your mind rests on. So that is all dukkha satya dhamma. That means basically we can say mind with the mindfulness, all five aggregates are the dukkha satya dhamma. Okay, and then tassa samuttapika purimatanna samude satya. Now what is the samude satya? Then the craving in the past life, right? Craving in the past life. Actually, if you found out the craving, not only craving, if there is craving, you want to have your avijja, tanha, upadana, sankara, and kamma also. Every Buddha here, that is the way of falling, right? That's the way of falling. If something mentioned, you need to take everything. If it is according to that, in accordance with the one word, and then that means that is what is called. That means the mindfulness, the craving in the past life, which has caused to arise this sati. Tassa purima samuttapika purimatanna, which caused to arise this sati is the samude satya. And then ubhinnang appavatti nirodha satya. And now they say non-existence of both dukkha satya dhamma and the samude satya dhamma, that is what is called nirodha satya. Nirodha satya means, for example, whatever the way you practice in this Mahāsatipațțhāna Sutta as taught by the Buddha, then you can't you take one object of dukkha satya and time to time one object of samude satya. And then some time comes when your meditation knowledge matures, time comes, you don't see your dukkha satya dhamma or the samude satya dhamma. That means ubhinnang appavatti, non-existence of both the five aggregate and the causes. Right? Then another object comes, that is the very peaceful object, that is the nirodha satya. In front of you, it appears. So that is the nirodha satya. That means nibbana. Nibbana is the nirodha satya. And vuttapakaro ariya maggo magga satyam. Sorry, vuttapakaro ariya maggo magga satyam. Now you know the noble eightfold path, which knows the complete cessation in the magga satya, as well as which knows the complete cessation of the which knows the complete cessation of your mental dukkha satya dhamma as well as samude satya dhamma and the nibbana, right? And the nibbana, that is what is called magga satya. That is the vuttapakaru ariya maggo magga satya. Evam chatu satya vasena ussakitva nibbutin papunanti idamekasa chatu sampajañña parigrahakasa bhikkhunu vasena yava arahata niyana mukam. Actually, you know, now so therefore, you know now what is the four noble truths now, and having endeavored with the vipassana knowledge by means of the four noble truths, the meditator attains nibbana. So this is the doorway till the arahantship of one meditator who practices sampajāna Pabba. So niyana mukha means doorway. That is the doorway towards the arahantship of the one meditator, right? One meditator. So based on these four types of sampajāna, or we can say four types of sampajāna, yeah, four types of sampajāna. So that is the thing here. And chatu sampajañña pappang nitita. Now, four kinds of sampajāna are finished now. So this is the way you need to understand this Mahāsatipațțhāna Sutta. Now, if you have any question, you can ask me.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante. What a wonderful discourse, Bhante. Who's gonna teach us line by line Satipatthana Sutta, Bhante. So much gratitude. We are open for question and answer. Please type in your question or raise your hand. We will allow you to unmute and go ahead with your questions there.
No question, maybe.
We have one raised hand, Bhante.
Okay.
So go ahead, Tai.
What happened?
Kavita Tai, you raised hand.
Maybe
Vandami Bhante.
Sukhi hotu.
Bhante, Noble Eightfold Path is the complete cessation of the first, second, and the third section. No?
Yeah, here mentioned in this way, that is another way of description, no? Another way of description for this fourth satcha is the Magga satcha. That means when you attain the arahantship, right? When you attain the arahantship, that means that is the final thing here mentioned. The final thing means Magga satcha means when you, for example, you want to produce jhana as a Sutta Vipassaka, as a Sampajānakārī Vipassaka, and then you need to go to the four element meditation or the Chaturdhatu Avattana meditation, and then you need to practice your mentality and materiality knowledge, and then your Paccaya Parigga Jnana or the cause discerning knowledge, and then you can practice Vipassana. And while practicing Vipassana up to the Sankharupika Jnana also, your Magga satcha, right? And then here mention all, not be skipping, right? Everything mentioned before they mention everything. So not skipping anything. Now then they want to give this account. This account means Vuttapakaro. Here it say, no, in this way it say Vuttapakaro Arya Magga satcha. What is the way of description here? Sorry, here the first sati is the dukkha satcha, and the cause of sati is the samudaya satcha, right? And then non-existence of both sati and the cause of sati is the nirodha satcha. That means nibbana. And then uttapakaro arya maggo. That means when this is whatever the mention noble path is the Magga satcha. So that means according to this description, because this everything we came across and reached up to this level, right? We will start next session with the particular Manasikara Pabba. That means the reflection of the repulsiveness of the body, right? 32 parts of the body. So in this way, practice also we lead to the Nibbana. So next day onwards, we just start this thing. Idam me punyang asavakhaya vahotu. Idam me punyang banasa paccaya hotu. Mama punyang bhagam sape saptanam bhajim. Te sape mi samam punyang bhagam dabantu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante. Again, much gratitude, Bhante, for today's Dhamma desana. We will meet again next Saturday, Bhante. Do I have your permission to end this session here, Bhante?
Great, great.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante.